Yo, this is your host Josh, and this is Xbox XL, and we're doing some quick Gamescon 2021 predictions. The show is tonight, 3 a.m. Australia time. Can you believe that? And we'll do a full rundown of the show tomorrow, but we wanted to get in and just talk about what we think we're going to see at the show. Let's get into it. Yes. It's been a while. I've started a new job and I haven't done a few videos for a while, but hey, look, we're getting back into things. We're in a role. We've got a setup now. I've moved into another room in the house, which is cool. But anyway, it's not about that. It's about Gamescom 2021. So Xbox has been on a massive roll with their shows. They smashed E3 out of the park, which was awesome. And yeah, I think that was ultimately probably one of the best showcases Xbox has ever put on. Them coming together with Bethesda for the first time and just really everything just kind of fired on all cylinders. And I think what was interesting about that was Halo was just one part of the show. They didn't rely on it. So they have been kind of just managing some expectations because these things obviously grow wildly out of proportion. There's huge speculation about what's going to be shown. People will be wishing for the new Banjo-Kazooie or some gameplay from the future Perfect Dark. So that's pretty unlikely for Gamescon. Gamescon is kind of the next big show after E3. So if things weren't quite ready for E3, they'll get shown at Gamescon. Gamescon's important because it's really the last chance to showcase things outside of, obviously, individual brand streams like Nintendo Direct or anything like that. But it's your last chance to do it at a major show before the Christmas kind of run-in. So you tend to get a lot of eyeballs for things that are releasing in that kind of October, November, December timeframe. So Gamescom's great. It's things that maybe didn't quite make the E3 show because of timing, or things that make more sense to hype a bit later, or things that, actually should just be separate from E3 because it's better strategically from a PR point of view. So you do get EA kind of show up a lot with their sports stuff because their sports news just gets kind of washed out in E3. So you'll see heaps of that. And this year it really is about Xbox. I think PlayStation don't really make an appearance at these anymore, or Nintendo really, but Xbox is here and they're here in full force and they want to keep this thing on a roll. And they're really starting to own these shows. They're owning E3. They're going to own Gamescom, and we've had some big announcements in the past, but this year I think it will be a bit more subdued. It won't be any major surprises, maybe one if we're lucky, but certainly there's a big focus on upcoming releases and there's some great things to look forward to in the back half. So we are going to see a shitload of Forza Horizon, no doubt. They've been slowly kind of teasing, I think, more and more content and showing gameplay since E3, but really this is the kind of the next major release from Xbox first party studios. So I think we're going to get a total blowout of Forza news and just a real showcase of that game. Halo Infinite, obviously there was some negative news this week, which I couldn't give two flying fucks about, to be honest. I don't mind. Forge isn't going to be there at launch. Co-op, online co-op's not going to be there, which is fine. There's plenty to do. You can play multiplayer, you can play single player campaign on your own at launch, but you're not going to be able to do co-op. So that, it is something I will do, but I'm happy to wait for that. And I don't think it's any reason to hold up the game. So that is, for some people, it's been some negative spin on it, obviously because they're just annoyed at how long they've had to wait for this game. So Halo can definitely do with an injection of good news. So I think this is the time to actually really show off the story. We haven't seen much, right? We've seen that little snippet about the intro. We've seen the original kind of Xbox One launch lineup reveal, which again was more gameplay focused. We've seen the online multiplayer aspect. We haven't really kind of had a full kind of teaser or trailer to show off the story. So I think Gamescom is the time they're going to do it, and maybe drop a date as well, which would be awesome. Psychonauts 2 releases tomorrow, the same day as the showcase. So that's me getting rave reviews online. So I think they'll give that, certainly a bit of a plug and a bit of a spotlight. The Gunk, we saw that probably about a year ago now, which is a super promising game. I think it's the guys who made that the block punching game, the 2D one. I can't remember the name. Anyway, so it's their first foray into 3D, and I think it looks cool. Like, it's kind of like Kena Bridge of Spirits, but for the Xbox platform. Not the same game, but similar kind of tier 2 kind of game that's kind of interesting and different, experimental from a gameplay concept point of view. So that's awesome. There's a game called Sable, which I've been hearing good things about, so that's going to be there as well. I think that's pretty much confirmed at this point. I think we'll get a bit more Call of Duty Vanguard. Battlefield will want to show up if Call of Duty's there and just keep the focus on them. And yeah, hopefully there's a few sort of back-end surprises around Game Pass. I mean, Game Pass has been hitting it on all cylinders all year. It's hard to think what else are they going to bring at this point that we don't already know about or already have, but I bet they've got some crackers on the way. And it could just be some major first-party releases that were, they kind of have been out for a while now, and they've kind of seen their sales cycle play out, and now it's time to give them another burst on Game Pass. So I think you can definitely see a bit of that, but there will definitely, without a doubt, be a major day one release confirmed, something that Xbox has just gone and thrown some money out, and it's going to come day and date on Game Pass. So, we've seen it with Outriders, and we're just seeing it time and time again with these major upcoming games. Maybe Battlefield 2042, maybe Cyberpunk's coming to Game Pass. It would make sense in my mind now that some of the major updates are out, and Xbox had that marketing arrangement early on. Maybe that's coming, or maybe the next gen upgrade is going to go day one Game Pass, and that could give that franchise. It was so sad what happened because it had huge potential, but it could give it a totally new lease on life and a new audience and a chance to kind of like soft launch again. And Game Pass is really a place you can do that. It's perfect. So if Cyberpunk doesn't do that, I'll be surprised. And yeah, I don't know how far their next gen upgrade is away. It may be next year, but it's a possibility that gets announced. We know GTA Trilogy's on its way. There's been some leaks around that. Maybe, I don't think there's a Game Pass title, but there's a good chance that gets revealed, and there's some news about that at Gamescom. We know Sega's going to be there as well, so probably a bit early to hear more about Yakuza, but Sega's always great for some surprises. Monkey Ball, maybe the next Sonic. I think the Sonic Colors remake, surely that'll make an appearance. So yeah, look, that's it for me. I don't expect anything massive in terms of far-off franchises like Fable, Perfect Dark, Senua, Hellblade, the sequel there. So I don't think we'll get much from those. But yeah, look, there's still so much just jam-packed into Q4 for Xbox that they haven't spoken about or given enough limelight yet, and I think that'll really be the focus for Gamescom. Have a different opinion, or you're watching this after you've seen the news, come and tell me I'm wrong. Let me know. Anyway, join me in the next video tomorrow where we're going to dive into that Gamescom content and yeah, really see if I was right or just way off. Either way, it's been fun. This has been your host, Josh. Peace and love to you all. Yo, this has been your host, Josh. If you like this content, make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell below, and we'll make more great content like this. Peace and love to you all.